Okay, Rod, it's a tricky place to come here down at Whitehawk, and it wasn't exactly a game for the neutrals, but you don't really care, do you? 5 wins in a row.
No, it's all about the points here. You know, we said on Thursday before training that we really needed to come here and just do a job. You know, it's a very tough place to come. I mean, the conditions today have probably made it even more awkward. I think we had the wind in the hill in the second half, and to be honest and truthful, the wind was playing a bigger factor. So it was really tough, you know, and if we could just put the ball in the net at the right times, we could take a lot of pressure off ourselves. And yet again today, we've made it a game of it through what I call just a little bit of not being clinical enough in the box. To be fair to them, I think they went down to 10 men, and I think they got stronger. And that was a little bit disappointing for me, and that's why I felt, I wouldn't say that we had to hold on in now, but we didn't look comfortable, and you know, we had to change it around and everything else. I'm hollering and hooting over there to try and get a bit more out of people defensively. Yes, we picked them off quite a lot, but as I say, unless you put that ball in the back of the net, it's still 1-0, and at 1-0 it's anybody's game, and you could see them maybe nicking something from a set piece, or maybe someone being clumsy in the box, and if I'd have dropped 2 points, I'd have been so disappointed. But, you know, credit to the lads. We've come away from Ebbsfleet on Monday, totally different environment, totally different game, and it was totally different performances. But the main thing is, you know, the result was we got 3 points.
Yeah, I think that's what, if you want to be champions, I think these are the type of places and the type of conditions you've got to come and win. And if you grind out them results at places like this, you've got every chance of winning this division or being close to winning it. So it's a great win for us.
And those are the sorts of games that, as you mentioned, that teams that win titles and win championships, they don't play particularly well but still come away with a victory.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it is. I mean, I've played in sides that have been close to winning titles, and we've had to do that. We've had to come to some poor conditions, a poor ground, and you've just got to grind every bit out. It's not a great watch for anyone. It's not great to play in, but for us, I mean, it's 5 wins in 5 now. So we've just got to keep the momentum going, and hopefully it just keeps us up at the top of the table.
Robbie scored a brilliant goal to win it for you. He had a few crosses, a few corners that weren't particularly working. He takes that free kick and deceives everyone, doesn't he, beating the keeper at the near post? Yeah, I mean, you know, I think before the free kick, Robbie's had a couple of chances that he's put balls in, and it wasn't, I think, with the wind, he's overhit him and whatever. Or we wasn't clinical enough, we never got on it and turned it into a goal. But you know, Robbie's a tremendous player, and he has got that in his locker. And you know, to be fair, it's a great strike, and whether it caught the keeper out, because I thought it was going to be a cross, but Robbie seemed to have gone for goal, and it's come off for us today. But as I say, you know, I'm over the moon with the 3 points. I get back on the coach. The supporters yet again have come down mob-handed. You know, we've probably got best part of 80 to 100 supporters here today, whatever the numbers is, and they're just different class. And you know, we want to come to these places and give them something to go home with, a big smile on their face, and that's what we're about. I'm not interested in where we are in the league. It's just, as they're telling me, it's 5 wins on the bounce, which is right. But we've got to go to Monday again now and try and make that 6, and then we go to the FA Cup. But I'm over the moon because, as I say, deep down, if people come here and get a point, especially with the new management coming in, you'd probably go away from here and say it weren't the worst point in the world. But to come away with all 3 is a major 3 points to our cause.
Yeah, no, the corners are getting closer. I think we're working on runs and things like that, and timing on the ball. The delivery's there at the moment. It's just bypassing a few people, and when I had the free kick in the corner, I just see the keeper took a couple of steps to his left, and I thought he was going to go back on his line, but he was obviously confident of his angles. But I've managed to get it up and down over the wall.
They've brought in a new manager early in the week, brought in Richard Hill after Pablo Asensio left. It always adds a different element to a game, doesn't it, when you're playing a team who's got a new manager at the helm?
Yeah, definitely. You know, I know Richard when he was at Eastleigh, and he's obviously a wily old fox. He's been around a long time, so he'll get it right here. He will get it right, and I just said that to the lads. You know, he won't mess about. He'll bring in some good players down there. So, you know, it was an awkward one. When I heard the news yesterday, I was a little bit, well, you know, how much can he affect it within 24 hours? But then in the same respect, it was like, you know, I think he did get him a bit more organised. I don't know whether he speaks English or Spanish or Argentinian, but whatever he did, he certainly got the boys to perform for him today. So, you know, credit to them. I just felt, looking at my, you know, where we was, I thought the first half we done quite well. Great free kick from Robbie Willmott, but when you actually look at the chances that we did have, it'd just be nice if we could just get the second or the third. And, you know, if teams then do still have a bit about them and come on us, we can control that. If we make a mistake, it's not going to hurt us. But, you know, at the moment, we still seem to be, we don't ever want to sort of put teams to bed. We always give them a chance, and we have to work so much harder.
City really needed a second goal, didn't they? But Whitehawk came and attacked, but Ross Fitzsimmons has gone and pulled off an absolutely cracking save at the end there to keep us in it.
Yeah, I mean, since he's come in, he's been unbelievable. To be fair, he's given us so much stability at the back with his kick in, his presence, and I mean, he's coming. I think he's had 4 clean sheets already, so it speaks for itself. But he's pulled off an amazing save, and I think that's why Rod brought him in. I only played a couple of games with him at Bishop Stortford, but he was tremendous in them games as well. But you're right, we needed a second goal. We just couldn't find that second goal, but was lucky we defended well and we closed the game out well.
You know, that alone, the save alone from Ross is what I felt that we probably was lacking at the start of the season. You know, to be fair, the big boy up top, Mills, is an handful. But I think he had one that he shanked wide of the post. We were getting sloppy. We were really getting sloppy. You know, the defenders are having to work overtime. I thought the midfield, we dropped off a little bit. We got sloppy. I don't think we was holding the ball. It really become a lottery out there. So that makes it even nicer that we did get the points. But the truth of the matter is, you know, when you look at what Ross has had to do in the game and done not a lot, and then he's had to come on a one-on-one situation, and you know, that's a sign of a great keeper, and that's a goalkeeper that can help clean sheets. And if we get that, then he gives us every chance to build on, you know, what we're doing at the moment and pushing up the league.
And you've got East Thurrock to come on Monday at home. It's been a few years since Chelmsford played East Thurrock. What do you know about them, and what have you seen from them so far this season?
I know a lot of their players, and their players that I may have had through in previous clubs, and their players that have been around for quite some time, you know, and I'm sure when you look on their team sheet, you'll probably know most of them as well. You know, one thing Cobbo's got down there, they've got into this division, and obviously deservedly so. He'll have them organised, he'll have them ready for it. It's their derby, you know, they're not far down the road from us, and we know it's going to be another tough game. What I am trying to install to this club is that at home's got to be a fortress, and we've got to match them pound for work rate and energy and desire, and then hopefully we've got a little bit more quality here that can get us over the line to win us the game. But I'll give them full respect. I don't know how they got on today, but they've had some unbelievable results. They've got the boy Tom Raitt, who scored a few the other day against Truro. You know, Rhys Harris, who can be dangerous on his day. So we'll look at it, and you know, but this result will give us another little bit of confidence to go in towards the Monday night game against East Thurrock, and hopefully we can be having this interview again, and hopefully, you know, we might have had the same result.